have keys. There are a variety of ways you can qualify to win one. If you go to WMMS.com at the contest page, Dieter's going to be out doing some appearances. You can qualify that way. You can qualify on our respective programs. You can do it at WMMS.com, but I will have a key for you for the Buzz Bike today around 4:50 if you want to zero in on that. Well, it took them 10 innings, but the Guardians had a better time last night in Detroit than they did the night before. 9-8. That's a good game.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's a high-scoring game.
I think the Guards were up 6-0, and then it got tied up at 7, and then extra innings they win it. So great game.
Monday night game was a 1-0 loss in pretty inclement weather too. So 9-8 was the Guardians' win last night. A third of 4 is tonight. 6:05 is your pregame here on MMS. 6:40 is the first pitch. And then they will finish that series at Comerica Park tomorrow afternoon with a 1:10 start. And then the Guardians go down to Tampa before they come home and host the Padres. And then the Tigers come to town in a couple of weeks. You want to talk about being in the presence of celebrities at a Netflix party, Mary. Mm-hmm. I was at Brothers Lounge last night. Do you remember Brothers Lounge?
I do.
For the Bill Squire. What's the show called?
Brothers Lounge.
No, what's the show?
Brothers Lounge Comedy Show.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
the Brothers Lounge Comedy Show?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what it was called. It was a good time.
It was great.
I haven't been to Brothers Lounge easily in 10 years. I haven't been in there in a decade. And but of course, as soon as you said Ryan Dalton was coming,
you're like,
I wanted to see Uncle Party. Sure.
Yeah. It was a great show last night. Thank you for coming out, and thanks to everybody else that came out. Yeah. We were doing a comedy contest there, and we had everybody did. I mean, there was 8 comics in the contest, and some of the best sets I've ever seen these comics have. Everybody stepped their game up. It was nice and great crowd.
How are these people chosen?
The comics?
Yeah.
They sign up.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
That's all it is?
Yeah,
okay.
They just sign up.
I didn't know if there was an audition process.
No,
I didn't know if they had to read for you.
Nope,
I didn't know how.
Send an email to booking@billsquire.com, and they sign up. That's how all my shows are. You don't have to have any experience. You just sign up. Now, all these comics did have experience, and the winners that moved on to the finals, Deshaun France and Pope, are 2 funny young gentlemen.
I mean, obviously, experience is going to help you out.
Right.
But it's a no experience required situation.
Right.
Somebody could get on this and be doing stand-up for the very first time.
Correct.
Yeah. I did hear one guy refer to you as a doodle dad, which I had never heard before.
Yeah, because I got a doodle. He got a doodle.
I know you did.
I
had never heard doodle dad before.
Yeah, that was Gary. Gary's funny.
Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good time.
A young guy named Gary is always funny too, because he's probably, I think he's late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
And he's named Gary, which is hilarious.
One of Gwen's cousins is named Gary, and he's younger than her. Now, I don't know if he's named after his dad, but, there aren't a lot of Garys anymore. And, you know what? Feel free to mark this down if you're keeping track. I prefer a Gary with 2 R's. How do you like that? Or, you know what you never see? A Gary with 2 R's and an I. You don't ever see Garri. What?
Nothing. I was just going to spell it, and that's a very funny thing. R-I-E, I was going to say that.
R-I-E. No, please. That's so effeminate. I'm talking about a fully masculine, double R, single I, Garri. And then to really drive home the toxic masculinity, you know what you do? You dot that I with a heart. Tiny little heart. Now, you don't have to recreate the actual organ. You can do one of those little cartoony ones like you see on in cartoons and on Valentine's Day cards. That's just from me to you. That's a freebie. You're welcome. So the next one, so this is every Tuesday over there?
It's every Tuesday at 8 p.m. It's a free show. We got a lot of good
free.
Talented.
Why did I pay $20 to get in?
Who'd you give that to?
I don't know.
Did you give it to Ryan Dalton?
I don't know.
He's always looking
They
for
said, "Hey, man."
Money.
And I said, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And they took $20 from me. Well, I'm going to have to talk to that person then.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to have Ryan Dalton out to do some time. I haven't seen him he's back, and they're finally starting to settle in.
He was in L.A. for many years.
Yeah. and since they moved back, and it's nice to see him out and about.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I told him. I said, there's never been a better time, and you guys know this. There's never been a better time for straight white male comedy. It is...
Alan, see me after the show.
It is a golden age. Yeah, because last night, who was the guy? Dave Shelton? Who was that giant
oh, yeah,
man?
that's Dave
was
Shelton.
That? Okay.
Yeah.
He's like a massive human being.
He's...
And then you
he's
had
like
some
6'5", and then he's also just built like a linebacker.
Yes. And then you had a foxy lesbian comic on there.
Joe Rue.
Okay.
And then also Cam Godfrey. She's bisexual.
Okay, well, pardon me. Yeah, it was good. I thought maybe, but now that you mentioned that Netflix wasn't actually sponsoring the party, Mary, that does put a little bit of a different thing on it. But I thought maybe Rogan was going to be walking around because, they're dropping his new special over there on Netflix.
Well, no, because it is for Hannah. So even if Netflix were sponsoring it, I don't know that other Netflix people would have been there.
But couldn't they? Couldn't they just like anybody in the wouldn't it be the more the merrier? They're like, hey, these are some of the people in our stable, and we're here to support this person.
But that'd be like if we were throwing a party for you and someone from iHeart New York showed up.
Yes, the more the well, they wouldn't because they don't know who I am. But the more the merrier.
Point. I don't know
the more the merrier.
I don't know that Joe Rogan knows who Hannah Berner is.
You wouldn't.
I'm sure he does.
He might. Yeah, I have no idea, but
you wouldn't tell.
When does his special come out?
First special in 6 years is going to stream live on August the 3rd.
Oh, he's doing a live one
called Burn the Boats.
That's the new thing, is the live one. Because our buddy Chad Daniels, he's got a Netflix special coming out next Tuesday. So I'm very excited about that one. Because I've seen him developing this material over the past few years. When I've gone on.
But that's not a live one, right?
Not a live one,
right.
But it's definitely a good one.
Rogan's
very funny stuff.
Rogan's special will be filmed live at the Majestic Theater in San Antonio, Texas. So his first comedy special for Joe Rogan fans. And again, with all due respect to him, you want to talk about somebody who could probably just get up there and wing it, would probably be Rogan. But who knows? But
I mean, he built his own comedy club, so I imagine he's worked on a few things.
Well, I'm sure he has.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, by the time you get to, there's a whole squadron now of comedians who basically kind of pivoted to just going up and telling podcast stories, right?
Right.
Legit comedians. And if you're doing the biggest podcast in the world, if anybody could go up and do that, it would be him. Is my point. Yeah. So that'll be August the 3rd. I don't know what day of the week that is. That's probably a Friday or a Saturday.
I think it is a
Saturday night. Yeah.
Because that is also in Cleveland a big night because I believe that's SummerSlam. The WWE.
SummerSlam.
At, Cleveland Browns Stadium for SummerSlam. So I mean, you're kind of cutting your audience in half there because I feel like the Venn diagram of Joe Rogan fans and wrestling fans, that's pretty close to a circle.
Well, they just won't get to see it live, right?
Right, yeah.
I mean, they immediately, you can stream it on Netflix right after. But so is John Cena going to be part of SummerSlam?
He
announced he's retiring, and I didn't realize that he was not retired. I thought John Cena retired a long time ago.
No, he would pop in and do matches from time to time, but it sounds like he's not going to do any more actual wrestling.
And you can't still do that. You could still pop in from time to time.
I mean,
right?
they always.
The Rock does.
The Rock still does. I mean, the Undertaker still has a bunch of time. I feel like I don't know. So I feel like nobody ever really retires from wrestling.
Well, and plus the Rock, you got to pay the guy $1 million to show up. So
imagine Cena's in that.
Yeah.
Same, or at least close.
Speaking of the Undertaker, and speaking of August 3rd. He's doing like a one-man show. Does anybody know what that's about?
So he's done that before. He did it last year at the Agora, and he just tells stories from the road. And,
okay.
I mean, he's got a 35, 40-year career.
Yeah.
So he's got tons of stories, and I guess he's pretty engaging. I had some friends that went to it, and they said it was awesome. I mean, if you're really into wrestling, I don't know if you could just go in there and be like, this is great. But if you know wrestling and you're a big fan of The Undertaker, I think you'd have a good time with that.
Let me pitch you this. I enjoy hosting those kinds of events. I hosted that thing at Playhouse Square with Phil Rosenthal. I hosted the evening with Alan Ruck at the Agora. Imagine me, a guy who knows nothing about wrestling, interviewing The Undertaker.
I think that would be perfect.
Wouldn't that be fun?
It's like Doogie interviewing John Cusack.
Oh, does she? How do you not know anything about John Cusack?
Well, she knew a lot about John Cusack. People just roasted her. Said she did a bad job.
Oh, really?
That's what.
Well, John Cusack can be a little prickly, too.
Yeah.
You never know who you're going to get. So, okay. So, I saw the SummerSlam thing, and then I wondered if John Cena was part of that. But, yeah, listen, he's not a young man anymore, right? He's probably mid-40s. And he's got a hot wife. He's great in The Bear. For people who are watching The Bear this season, he's in that.
Yeah, I watched the whole season.
Yeah. Good. Let me give you some money here. It is $1,000, as promised. It's a shot for you to grab this money from the Buzzard bookie. So you get one of these every hour, so don't waste them. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
The city of Columbus, Ohio. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Yeah.
I believe it's the capital of the Buckeye State.
I thought we were trying to change it to Flavor Town.
They're trying, but so far to no avail. Yeah, they are failing in their attempts to do that. Flavortown, Ohio. But they did scoop up a dude who had been breaking into a series of pet stores. And I'm going to show this to you simply because the mugshot's great and his name is even better. Because it sounds like one of those made-up Toast of London names.
Now, Columbus police arrested a man accused of breaking into several businesses in West Columbus, including a pet store, where he set several animals loose in the process. Matthew Pancake is charged with breaking and entering.
Name.
And
Matthew Pancake. What a great name. This got to be
Matty
fake.
Pancakes is on the job.
Matty Cake's got hamsters down his pants.
Flapjack Matt.
Yeah.
Matty Cakes, get away from those cages.
I mean, that can't be his real name. There's never in the history of anything where Pancake is a surname, right? It's like that's probably just a name he changed it to. I want to know so much more about this guy. I mean, he looks every bit a guy who's breaking into pet stores.
vandalism. Police on scene told 10 TV they got a call about a burglary alarm going off at a Roosters on Nike Station Way. When they got there just after 3 o'clock this morning, they found the restaurant was broken into. Police say video showed a man in leopard print pajamas inside the building. About 100 yards away, officers found the Petland was also broken into and animals were running around the parking lot.
This is getting better and better. Matty Pancakes out there. He breaks into the Roosters, which, I mean, I can infer, I guess, is some kind of family dining establishment.
First Nick.
And he's running around in leopard print pajamas. Goes next door, smashes in the door of the Petco or whatever it is, and sets the animals loose. Maybe he's doing this for the clicks. Maybe Matty Pancake, maybe he's working on getting himself a sizable following. And these are the lengths to which he has to go.
Yeah, you got to do something original. Something
You've got to
that's never been done
sacrifice
before.
for
Something
your
big.
art.
Yeah.
Officers found hamsters in Pancake's pants when finally making the arrest.
Now process that sentence. Police found hamsters in Pancake's pants.
Now, see, here's the thing, though. If they were his pockets, she would have said his pockets. You know
Right,
what I mean?
in his
Like, they're
pants.
Yeah,
just
he was in the
his
pants, yeah.
Pants. Like he pulled the waistband of his pants open and dropped a couple hamsters in there.
Yeah, look at these hamsters.
Oh my God.
He thought they were gerbils because he doesn't know his animal.
Hamsters in Pancake's pants when finally making the arrest.
We say it all the time. We never know what to expect in our job. And one day, you know, you're running after a suspect. The next day, you're running after a ferret or a bunny.
Well, police also recovered 2 dogs, multiple birds, and at least 2 bunnies from the parking lot. Pancake is due back in court tomorrow.
Pancake is going to be back in court down there in Flavortown, Ohio. Oh, Matty Pancake. Yeah, it sounds like those, for people who watch Toast of London with Matt Berry, it sounds like all those made-up names on that show. Like Fred Armisen plays, what's Fred Armisen's name? He's Russ Nightlife. Right?
Yeah.
Ray Purchase, Des Wigwam,
You could say that
Clem
Matty-
Fandango.
Clem
That-
Fandango.
You could say that
Alan,
Matty
this is Clem
Pancake.
Fandango. Can you hear me?
You could say what, Mary?
That Matty Pancake was being surreptitious in his attempts to free the animals.
Alan, this is Clem Fandango. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
My
can hear
joke's
you,
better
Clem
than Clem
Fandango.
Fandango.
Bite your tongue. How
Just so you know.
dare you
Just so you
besmirch
know.
the good name of Clem Fandango, or Heathcote Pursuit, or Duncan Clench, or Beezus Fafoon? How dare you? Surreptitious.
I thought you would like that one. You're a word
I do
guy.
like that one.
You're a word
I'm not saying I
guy.
don't like it. It's great. What do I have to guffaw?
Yes.
All right. Oh my God, Bill, say it again.
Matty Pancake was being surreptitious.
God damn. This Mary Santora, I'll tell you what.
Alan,
She should get out to more parties.
That's funny because syrup goes on pancakes.
Thank you, Bill. I
I had to explain to Alan.
know, he didn't get it.
Again, I got it from the word
that you
standpoint, didn't
did.
get it from the food standpoint.
Oh, 'cause
that
you
was
used
the
molasses.
right. I ate
Got it.
molasses.
Got it.
Mrs. Butterworth was not welcome in my home when I was a kid. We did not live in a log cabin, if you will, or whatever local store brand syrup people eat. So, congratulations, Mary Santora
Thank you.
and Matthew Pancake, who they now have in custody. I've got a break here. If you